भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्द्यां श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् गणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते तत्त्वकाञ्चन गौराङ्गे राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरे वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे हरे कृष्ण
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्. So the 10th canto explains very elaborately Krishna's Madhur Leela, his pastimes. And it is depicting the pastimes of Krishna in Vraja, then in Mathura, and finally in Dwarika. Even in the Vraja Leela pastimes, there is a chronology. When we have started to study, but 10th canto will be maybe how many years? many years to come, and we will come to the 10th canto. But in between, there is an opportunity on the festivals to discuss the 10th canto. So Sukadeva Goswami in the 10th canto also follows the chronology. That if you see the first 10, 11 chapters, predominantly the rasa which is being exchanged by Krishna performing his pastime is Vatsalya. In the first 10 chapters, we see his loving dealings and his exchanges with Mother Yashoda and elderly gopis. So there is a uninterrupted flow of the Vatsalya Ras that Krishna is exchanging with Mother Yashoda and elderly gopis. He kills Putana, he kills Trinavrita, and everyone elderly gopis, they are very, very worried how to safeguard Krishna. And then Krishna, he shows the universal form to Mother Yashoda. And then finally in the Gokul, he shows his very magnificent pastime of Ukhal Bandhan Leela. And then later, when Krishna crosses the Pauganda stage, and Krishna relocates to Vrindavan, so then Krishna begins to go out for gazing cows. And then the Sakhyaras flows. Krishna is sporting with his cowherd friends. They are going out for adventure, killing Bakasur, Aghasur, so many demons, enjoying the forest of Vrindavan, frolicking, having fun with his Gopsakhas. But when now Srila Sukadeva Goswami has begun to describe about Krishna's highest rasa, the exchange of Madhurya Ras. So this Leela with Krishna performed along with the Vraj Gopikas This is mentioned in the 22nd chapter. And before this 22nd chapter is the 21st chapter, where the gopis are appreciating the song of the flute, which is coming from the lips of Krishna. They are completely captivated. They are spellbound when they hear the sixth note coming from the flute of Krishna. So they are very much appreciating. So this chapter is entitled, the chapter number 22. Okay, I'll share the chapter, which talks about a particular class of Vraj Gopikas who are going to perform this Vrata of Kartyayani Vrata. We have all heard about Kartyayani, is a form of Durga. And then we have many questions that gopis are the topmost devotees. Aradhyo Bhagwan Brajesh Taneya, Ramya Kachit Upasana Brajavadu. We were discussing yesterday. So why these gopis are worshipping goddess Durga, who is the external energy? Krishna has condemned the demigod worship. So why this very dear devotees of Krishna, why are they worshipping the demigods? So the right tattva behind this Katyayani Vrata and how it is different from demigod worship, and what was the purpose and desire and the goal of those Vraj Gopikas who worshipped Katyayani. All of it is very beautifully explained in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam in this 22nd chapter. So as much time permits, we will try to discuss. So this is fifth day has been completed, and Srila Shukdev Goswami is narrating Krishna Lila in great length and in great description to Parikshit Maharaj, and Parikshit Maharaj is ecstatic. Shukdev Goswami says, Shri Shuka Vacha Hemante Prathame Masi Nandabraja Kumarika Cherur Havishyam Bhunjana Katyayani Archana Vritam. So Srila Sukdev Goswami is now beginning to describe about this pastime of the Kumarika, those gopiyas who are Kumarika. And when this pastime appears or happens, it is Hemante. Hemant is one of the seasons. Now from today, this season has begun of Hemant. Till yesterday, what was the season? Which Ritu we were in? From today it has changed. It has become Hemant. So till yesterday, till Kartik, which season was prevailing? Yes, Madan Swarup Prabhu?
Sharad Ritu?
Yes, Sharad. There are 6 seasons or 6 Ritus, and each Ritu has 2 months. So what Srila Sukdev Goswami is saying here, that Hemante Prathame Masi. So every season has 2 months. So this month, this Ritu which has begun from today is Hemant, and Hemant has 2 months. So what is the month which has begun from today? It is called the Margashirsha. Margashirsha. This is the first month. This is Prathame. It is also known as the, one more name is there of this month, Agharana. Agharana or Agranaya. So this is the month. This is first month. And what is the second month? Anyone remembers the Vedic calendar? In Hemant, what is the second month? Yes, Sonika? Sorry? Magh. No, Magh is not in this Ritu.
Posh Mas, Prabhuji.
Who said Posh?
Me, Prabhuji.
What is the name? Manini?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Paush. Paush is the second month of Hemanta. You should be knowing the Vedic calendar. The first Ritu is the Vasant Ritu. And there are 2 months. It is the Chaitra and the Vaishak. It is March and April. Then there is Grishma. And it is called summer. And the month is Jesht and Asar. Then there is Varsha, which is Shravan and Bhadra or Bhado. Then there is Sharad. Okay. The second one was Kartik in Sharad. What was the first month? Yes, Ramya?
Ashwin, Prabhuji.
Ashwin, yes. Ashwin. How do you remember Ashwin? Because the day of... Okay, go ahead.
I know all 12 months, Vedic months.
Okay. For us to remember is very simple. The day of Sharad Purnima is Ashwin Purnima. One day before the beginning of the Kartik, it begins from Ashwin Purnima, which is called as the Sharad Purnima. The Ritu is Sharad and the month is Ashwin. And the next month is the Kartik. And in Hemante, in this Hemant Ritu, the first month is Prathame is Margashirsha. So in this month, Hemante Prathame Masi. So what happens in this month? Yes. Nanda Vraja Kumarikaha. So those girls or those gopikas who are from the Nanda Vraja, from the Vraja. Vraja is a huge area. And in that Vraja, that land which belongs to Nanda Maharaj. Nanda Maharaj has a certain, he is the landlord or he's like a king of a certain portion of Vraja. So in that tract of land where Nanda Maharaj is the king, the residents, the gopikas, and which kind of gopikas? These are Kumarika. Kumarika means, Prabhupada says, Prabhupada disciples, that they are, one meaning of Kumarika is that they are unmarried girls. And 5,000 years before, what was the age of getting married? Even 500 years before, what was the age of the boy and girls getting married? These are all unmarried girls. They have not been married so far. This is a different class of gopis. So there are many, many misconceptions we have about Krishna's pastime. Why? Because we have never read through the Shastras. So these are all who are aged below 5. Because in the Vedic culture, the girl was married by the age of 5. Although she continued to live with her father's place. But the marriage was settled. So they were still not married to anyone. They were still not engaged with anyone. So these are Kumarika. Nanda Vraja Kumarika. Oh, sorry. And what they do? Cherur Havishyam Bhunjana. Cherur is perform. What they perform? They perform a sacrifice or they perform a worship where Havishyam Bhunjana. Havishya, you know, Havish. Krishna speaks about Havi. Anyone remember? We have discussed the 4th chapter. In the 4th chapter, Krishna speaks about Havi. बोलो.
जो आहुति देते हैं that
Yes. That is which is for the sacrificial, the oblation which is offered in the sacrifice. It is Havi. So these gopikas, they were only accepting or eating Havishyam Bhunjana. That sacrificial, which is as pure as sacrificial offering. And why? Because Kartyayani Vrata. So they were all observing this Vrata of satisfying Kartyayani Devi. Sukdev Goswami said, during the first month of the winter season, which is Hemante, it is actually called pre-winter, because the actual winter or the cool winter is called Shishir. So these Gopikas, during the first month of the winter season, the young unmarried girls of Gokul observed the vow of worshipping goddess Katyayani. For the entire month, they ate only unspiced khichdi. Because khichdi has what? It has rice and it has moong dal. And it is both offered in the oblation. Can both be offered in the oblation. Okay, let us see the purport and then we will discuss. The word Hemante refers to the month of Margashirsha. From approximately the middle of November to the middle of December, according to Western calendar, in chapter 22 of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Srila Prabhupada comments that the gopis first ate Havishyana, a kind of food prepared by boiling together moong dal and rice without any spice or turmeric. According to Vedic injunction, this kind of food is recommended to purify the body before one enacts a ritualistic ceremony. So here we see these are very, very young gopis. The word Komara. There are 4 stages of Krishna's Leela. The first stage is called the Komara. Komara means from age 1 to 5, below 6. And then there is Pauganda, which is from 6 to 10. So these girls are very, very young. They are called Kumarikaha. Ka also means that they are very komal. Just imagine a young girl who is the age of below 5. We see our Gaurangi, she is below 5. When we see her or when we hold her, what she feels, what we will say, she is so soft, komal, Kumarika. So they were very, very soft-hearted, tender-hearted, child-hearted, very pure, very pristine. Why? Because they have no lust in their heart. At that age, there is no chance of any lust or any lusty desire. So they are komal hriday. Their mind, their senses, everything is pure, pristine. And of which area these Kumarika belong to? This Kumarika belongs to Nandavraja, the land or the kingdom where Nand Maharaj is the king. And our Acharya says that Kumarika also means that they have no direct relationship with Krishna's family. That means they are neither the cousins. They do not belong to the family of Krishna, because Krishna's family, Nanda Maharaj's family, is a big family. They have many, many brothers. Nanda, Upananda, so many. Yeah. So they do not belong to anyone. They are neither of the Pinda or the Gotra of Krishna. So what it means, if one is not of the same Pinda and Gotra, that means he is qualified to get married. Because in the Vedic system of the same Pinda and Gotra, you cannot get married. So these Kumarikas, they are fully qualified to be married to Krishna. And more importantly, Srimati Radharani is not included in this group of Kumarika. Why? Can anyone answer? I've already answered it. Srimati Radharani is not among the group of these Kumarika. How? Bolo?
Ishtam Prabhuji.
Hare
These Marikas are from the land of Nanda Maharaj.
Yes. So they are from Nandagaon and surrounding areas. Where is Srimati Radharani comes from?
Yeah, what?
Vrishabhanu. Vrishabhanu Nandini. She is Vrishabhanu Nandini. So she comes from the land where there is the ownership or the kingship of Maharaj Vrishabhanu, Varshana. His status and his position is no less than Nanda Maharaj. So she is not amongst these Gopikas. And very importantly, to observe this Vrata, why they are observing this Vrata? With only one desire: to serve and please Krishna. So they want to get married to Krishna so that they are always there to serve Krishna, to please Krishna, without any impediment, without any obstacle. And for be able to serve Krishna, they are happily surviving or happily sustaining on Havishya. That sanctified food which is without any spice and without any seasoning. Very important that if we want to really progress in our Krishna consciousness, just by saying that we are eating prasad, and in the name of prasad, what we are doing, we are having sense gratification, is not sufficient. So these Kumarikas, these very, very young maidens of Rajbhumi, they are showing us the example. So we have to be very, very selective to what we are eating. And it has to be very austere food. It has to be very sanctified food, food which is fit for sacrifice. So in the first line, Srila Sukadeva Goswami is mentioning the time of performing Vrata. So this is the time. So for all of us, those who want to progress and please Krishna, this is the time to take Vrata. One Vrata is over, Kartik Vrata. But from now, today begins the more confidential Vrata. The Vrata of Kartyayani, which the Kumarika are showing us how to observe. So in the first line, the timing is mentioned. It starts from today. This Vrata begins from today and it will continue for 1 month. This 1 month. And second line gives the consciousness of all these Rajgopikas. What is the consciousness? The consciousness is pure, pristine. They have only one purpose, and the purpose is to please and serve Krishna and nothing else. And the third line talks about their conduct, their ahar. How important it is that if you want to please Krishna and progress in Krishna consciousness, we should be very, very selective in what we eat. So this is the beginning, that all these unmarried girls who are very soft-hearted, tender-hearted. And our Acharya says, Sri Sanatana Goswami in his Tika, I have discussed very detailed because I was to give the class today. Somehow Krishna arranged, it was not there. This is for the fourth time on Ras Leela. There has been no class in the temple hall. It was on the first day scheduled class. Our Sharad Purnima did not happen. It was Saturday. Then my temple commander scheduled it for Sunday. Now you give next day. But next day, Shubha Vilas Prabhu came from Mayapur. So he gave the class. Both of you attended? Ravindra Prabhu and us. And yesterday was my class. Maharaj came, he gave the class. And today somehow, I don't know how, it has never happened. Again, Maharaj gave the class. It never came. So anyway, Krishna does not want all this to be discussed. But I am discussing with you. Because I prepared it. It's a very, very deep and confidential meaning of what is Kartyayani Vrata. Let us see to what extent we can discuss. So very important aspect is to see and learn from these Kumarikas. And Srila Sanatana Goswami says that another aspect of Ku and Mara. There are two things. Kumarika. So Ku means that which eclipses. In the Sanskrit word it is Kupshita. And Mar means the Cupid. So these Kumarikas, they were so beautiful and they were so soft-hearted that their beauty even captivated the beauty of the Cupid. But they were captive, so they could not be enchanted by the Cupid. The Cupid with the Madan, which enchants everyone. But what can the Madan enchant? Less than a 5-year-old boy or a girl. But they were enchanted not by Madan, but by Madan Mohan with his Krishna. So all of them had only one desire, one very intense desire, is to have Krishna as their husband or to become consorts of Krishna. So we move forward. Let's see what Srila Shukadeva Goswami does. So they were doing Archana Vratam. Kartyayani Archana Vratam. Archan means to worship. So they took a vow of performing worship to Kartyayani. So you'll come to know who is Kartyayani. It is very different to what we have the general understanding. So how they perform the worship, it is mentioned in the second and third verse. Because time is less, I will not take the Sanskrit. So my dear king, Shukadeva Goswami is explaining to Parikshit Maharaj. So after they bathed in the water of the Yamuna, it is Aplutya Ambhasi Kalindya Jale Ante Cha Udite Arune. Very beautiful. Arune, you know, before the Udite, before the sun is arise, before the sun arises, there is Arun. Udilo Arun Purab Bhage. Dujamani Gora Amani Jage. Bhakatas Sangha Leya Sate. So Udilo Arun. Arun means the dawn. Before the rising of the sun. So they all assembled before the rising of the sun. And they all went along and came to the shore of Yamuna. Kalindiya is Yamuna. And Jale Ante, so they all entered into the water to take bath. This is the first thing, to get purified. That is the part of duty worship also. That first thing, if you start to begin to worship, what you have to be? You have to be very clean, you have to be very pure. So they bathed in the water of Yamuna. So how they were taking bath? They did not have any buckets. So they took dip in the, and the gopis made an earthen deity of goddess Durga on the river bank. And they used to prepare this deity from the mud and the sand which was on the shore of Yamuna. And they worshipped her with such aromatic substance as sandalwood pulp along with other items, both opulent and simple, including lamps, fruits, betel nuts, newly grown leaves, and fragrant garlands and incense. Have you ever heard of Durga worship with such paraphernalia? Durga or Chandi, how are they worshipped? Worshipped with aromatic substance, sandalwood pulp, lamps, fruits, betel nuts, newly grown leaves, and fragrant garlands and incense. So there's one line purport which says, the word Bali Bhi in this verse indicates offering of clothing, ornament, food, and so on. And it is no Bali. In Durga, in Chandi, in Kali, what is the offering? The offering is Bali. But here it is not Bali. It is Bali Bhi, which is the offering of very, very soft, simple, and opulent paraphernalia. So this is the way they worship. So every day they were preparing this deity. And this deity, they were also bathing the deity. Our Acharya said they were bathing the deities. So the deity which is made of sand and mud, if you do abhishek, what will happen? It will get dissolved. So every day they were preparing the deity, and every day they were doing abhishek of the deity. So they were every day preparing a fresh deity. And with so much of paraphernalia, they were worshipping the deity of Kartyayani. This is a very beautiful verse. This is normally the verse which is spoken today. You can all repeat while remaining muted. Kartyayani Mahamaye Mahayogini Adhishwari Nandagopa Sutam Devi Patim me kurute namaha iti mantram japantasta pujam chakru kumarika. So what is the mantra they were chanting or reciting? The paraphernalia, the worship articles have all been mentioned by Shukdev Goswami. Now he is mentioning the meditation and the mantra with which the Kumarika. Again, the word Kumarika is coming. So don't get confused. These are not married gopis. These are not some gopis who have left their husbands and come. These are unmarried gopis. So the gopis are praying to Kartyayani Mahamaya. So this is Mahamaya. Kartyayani Mahamaya. And he's not just Mahamaya, she is Mahayogini. Krishna is Yogeshwara. And Kartyayani is Yogini, Mahayogini. And she is Adhishwari. Adhi. You remember the word Adhi? In the 8th chapter, 3 times the word Adhi has been used. You remember? Arjuna's 8th question. Out of the 8 questions, 3 come from the word Adhi. I have now revealed everything. Bolo. Anyone remembers the 8 questions of the 8th chapter? First 2 verses talk about the first 8 questions. Kim tad brahma, kim adhyatma, kim karma purushottama. Then next. Adhi means who is the controller or who is the director. Adi bhutam, so kim kotre? Adi devam kim uchate? Adi yagyam katham kotre? Dehe asmin madhusudana. Prayan kale cha pimam gyeyo asmin niyatatmabhi. So, Adhibhut, Adhidev, and Adhiyagya. It is not Adi, it is Adhi. I explained that time also. So here, Katyayani is Adhishwari. She is Adhishwari. Adhishwari means she is the controller. So, these adjectives are being used that she is Mahamai, she is Mahamaya, she is Mahayogini, and she is also Adhishwari. So she has that controllership, or she has that status or capacity where what she can do, Nanda Gopa Sutam Devi, that she can bestow the Suta of Nanda, who is Krishna, as Gopa. How? Pati me kurute namaha. In which form they want Nanda Suta? As their pati. And iti mantram japantasya pujam chakru kumarika. So with this mantra, they were performing the worship. So Prabhupada's disciple gives a big purport and it clears all the misconceptions. Each of the young unmarried girls performed their worship while chanting the following mantras. O goddess Katyayani, O great potency of Lord. One aspect is that she is Mahamaya. She is the potency and Krishna is the potent factor. She is the energy and Krishna is the energetic. So, the energetic, how it functions? Through its energy. So, they are catching hold of energy so that the energy can connect them to Krishna. So, the word which is used here is Mahayogini. What does yoga mean? What does yoga mean?
Connect.
Connect. Yeah. So she has the most formidable connection. She is Mahayogini. She is not just Mahamai, who is the energy of Krishna. And she is also Mahayogini. She is the one who can always connect. And beyond both, she is Adhishwari. She has the controlling right. So the Kumarikas are very intelligent. Krishna says, Kamastastar hite jnana prapadyante anadevta. No, that rule is not applicable here. It is not hita jnana. It is suvigyana. That with suvigyana, they are approaching Katyayani in complete knowledge that how Katyayani is capable of fulfilling their desire. That she is Mahamaya, she is Mahayogini, and she is Adhishwari. So each of the young unmarried girls performed her worship while chanting the following mantras. O goddess Katyayani, O great potency of the Lord, O possessor of great mystic power and mighty controller of all. Please make the son of Nanda Maharaj my husband. I offer my obeisances unto you. So the purport is based on the purport of our previous acharyas. According to various acharyas, the goddess Durga mentioned in this verse is not the illusionary energy of Krishna called Maya. but rather the internal potency of the Lord known as Yoga Maya. This is the first concept. The distinction between the internal and external or illusory potency of the Lord is described in the Narad Pancharatra in conversation between Shruti and Vidya. The Lord's inferior potency known as Durga is dedicated to his loving service. What does Krishna say? What is the verse which Krishna uses? See the translation. The Lord's inferior potency known as Durga is dedicated to his loving service. What is the verse from Bhagavad Gita? How can you not remember the verse? Very important verse. Yes, Pranab?
दैवी एषा गुणमयी मम मया दुरत्य.
Yeah. Devi Esha Gurmai Mammaya Duratya. So, being Lord's potency, this inferior energy is not different from him. There is another superior potency whose form is on the same spiritual level as that of God himself. Simply by scientifically understanding this supreme potency, one can immediately achieve the supreme soul of all souls, who is the Lord of all Lord. There is no other process to achieve him. That supreme potency of the Lord is known as Gokuleshwari, the goddess of Gokula. Who is Gokuleshwari or goddess of Gokula in Krishna Lila? Yes, Ramya? Very simple. Just keep it simple. There is nothing complex. Very simple. This is talking about Kumarikaha, who are most simple, most pure, and most pristine. Yes, Bolo.
The girl child born from Yashoda Maharani.
No, that is not the correct answer. Who is the Gokuleshwari? Everyone in Vraja or Gokul approaches her when in difficulty. Who is she? I'll give you a big hint. Yes, Sonika.
Prabhuji, Purnamashi.
Yes, it's Purnamasi. It's Purnamasi. It is called the Yogamaya. So all these girls, they have approached Purnamasi, actually. The Acharyas explain. They have approached Purnamasi. Why? Because on their own, they cannot achieve Krishna. They are young girls. They cannot go and tell their father that please get us married to Krishna. Even if they go and tell their father that please marry us with Krishna, for their father, it will be very embarrassing. It is not possible. Why? Because none of them, these are all the cowherd men who are within the province of Nanda Maharaj. So none of them have the equal status of Nanda Maharaj. So they are not at par to have the relationship. They cannot go and tell Nanda Maharaj directly. That is not possible out of shyness. They cannot go and tell their fathers. So whom can they tell? So these Kumarika, they approach Purnamasi Devi. Because Purnamasi is like the mother, and these are all young, very, very young girls. Young girls, all young, childlike girls. So your child, a child can do, it can be very possessive. And see, what they are speaking in the verse also, you see that they are demanding, like the child is demanding from his mother. Here in the verse it is saying, Patim me kuru te namaha, that you please make the son of Nanda Maharaj my husband. How you make it is up to you. I don't care. But this is what we want from you to happen. And it is the Purnamasi Devi who has suggested them to worship Kartyayani. So Kartyayani is what? She is the extension of Purnamasi.
Prabhuji, who is Purnamasi Devi?
You have to enter into Brajalila to know who is Purnamasi. She is the mother of Sandipani Muni and she is the grandmother of Madhu Mangal. So here it is said that one can immediately achieve the supreme soul of all soul, who is the, okay, that supreme potency of the Lord is known as Gokuleshwari, the goddess of Gokul. Her nature is to be completely absorbed in love of God. And through her, one can easily obtain the primeval God. So this is the key. The Lord of all that be. This internal potency of the Lord has a covering potency known as Mahamaya, who rules the material world. In fact, she bewilders the entire universe, and thus everyone within this universe falsely identifies himself with the material bodies. From the above, we can understand that the internal and external, or superior and inferior potencies of the Supreme Lord are personified as Yog Maya and Mahamaya respectively. The name Durga is sometimes used to refer to the internal superior potency as stated in the Pancharatra. In the mantras used to worship Krishna, the presiding deity is known as Durga. Thus, in the transcendental sound vibration glorifying and worshipping the absolute truth Krishna, the presiding deity of a particular mantra or hymn is called Durga. The name Durga therefore refers to that personality who functions as the internal potency of the Lord and who is thus on the platform of Shuddha Sattva, pure transcendental existence. This internal potency is understood to be Krishna's sister. Krishna known as Ekanamshaha or Subhadra. This is the Durga who was worshipped by the gopis in Vrindavan. So much confidential tattva is there. So this is not ordinary worship. Several acharyas have pointed out that ordinary people are sometimes bewildered and think that the names Mahamaya and Durga refer exclusively to the external potency of the Lord. Even if we accept hypothetically that the gopis were worshipping the external Maya, there is no fault on their part. Since in their pastimes of loving Krishna, they were acting as ordinary members of society. Srila Prabhupada comments in this regard, the Vaishnavas generally do not worship any demigods. Srila Narottam Das Thakur has strictly forbidden all worship of demigods for anyone who wants to advance in pure devotional service. Yet the gopis who are beyond compare in their affection for Krishna were seen to worship Durga. The worshipper of demigods also sometimes mention that the gopis also worship Durga. So this is a lame excuse. But we must understand the purpose of the gopis. Generally, people worship goddess Durga for some material benedictions. Here, the gopis could adopt any means to satisfy or serve Krishna. So this is another principle, very beautiful principle, that they were so keen, they were so eager, they were so desperate. Srila Rupa Goswami establishes this principle. Krishna bhakti ras bhavita mati kriyatam yadi kutopi labhyate yad laulyam api ekamulyam koti janma sukriti na labhyate. So Srila Rupa Goswami is recommending that Krishna bhakti ras bhavita mati. Prabhupada said this is the principle on which he established ISKCON. Krishna bhakti ras bhavita mati. If you will read the Lilamrita section, when Prabhupada is coining the name ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So how he derived that name from this verse? That Krishna bhakti is ras bhavita mati. The exchange of mellow with the Supreme Lord Krishna. Krishna Bhakti Ras Bhavitamati. And to come to this level of loving exchange with Krishna, what one has to do? Kriyatam yadi kuto api labhyate. One should immediately purchase and pay whatever price is required to get his goal. So this principle the Kumarikas have very ardently and very intelligently subscribed. That kriyatam yadi kuto api labhyate. So whatever price they have to pay to receive Krishna, they are willing to pay. So here the gopis could adopt any means to satisfy or serve Krishna. This was the super excellent characteristics of the gopis. They worshipped goddess Durga completely for 1 month in order to have Krishna as their husband. Every day they prayed for Krishna, the son of Nand Maharaj, to become their husband. The conclusion is that a sincere devotee of Krishna will never imagine any material quality to exist in the transcendental gopis. See, very important warning. A sincere devotee of Krishna will never imagine any material quality to exist in the transcendental gopis, who are the most exalted devotees of the Lord. The only motivation in all their activities was simply to love and satisfy Krishna. And if we foolishly consider their activities to be mundane in any way, it will be impossible for us to understand Krishna consciousness. Quickly, I'll read the translation. Thus, for an entire month, the girls carried out their vows and properly worshipped the goddess Bhadrakali, fully absorbing their mind in Krishna and meditating upon the following thoughts. May the son of King Nanda become my husband. Bhuyan Nanda Sutapati. Each day they rose at dawn, calling out each other by name. They all held hands and loudly sang the glories of Krishna while going to Kalindi to take their bath. Okay, so this is the Kartyayani Vrata. It shows the desperateness, eagerness of all the Kumarikas to achieve Krishna. And the story continues. And every day when they come to take bath, what they do? They have to keep their clothes aside and enter into the water. And one day, when Krishna of course, is the super soul of everyone, he immediately comes to know that the Gopikas, the Kumarikas, are performing such severe austerity. So he comes to the scene. And what he does? He sees that the clothes are scattered everywhere. He picks up all the clothes and puts them properly on a high branch of tree. And he climbs the tree. And then the Leela begins. Like, the fruits are scattered everywhere. So he puts it in a basket and keeps it properly so that it is not spoiled. So he increases the intensity. And when the Leela is over, he assures all the gopis that next coming autumn, Sharad, I will fulfill all your desires. So all these gopis, these are all Nitya Siddha gopis. They're not ordinary gopis. They're not Rishika gopis or Rishichari gopis, no. Or they are not the gopis from Mithila. Although gopis, they had a desire. And why only Sita to be married with Ram? They all wanted themselves to be married to Ram. Lord Ram fulfilled their desires, and all of them, the rishis of Dande Karanya and all the women of Mithila, all of them wanted Lord Ram to be their husband. So all of them participated in the Ras. But these gopis, the Kumarika gopis, these are the Nitya Siddha. They are the eternal associates and consorts of Krishna. And they came from the spiritual world. And for them, Krishna assures that in the next season, they had to wait for 1 year. But their heart's desire was fulfilled in just 1 month. Dhruv Maharaj had to meditate for 6 months. And the gopis achieved it in 1 month. So our leaders, our spiritual leaders also, Guru Maharaj also says that for us, the Kartyayani Vrata is Srila Prabhupada's book distribution marathon. 1 month. Full 1 month of December. If you really want to please Krishna, if you really want to satisfy Krishna, and I'm very happy, I'll share the depth and the sincerity with which Ramindra Madhusudan Prabhu has planned his marathon. He has given me his full list of how many books are required, how many boxes are required, and where he will ship, to whom he will ship. Full 1 month he has given me in advance. So please wake up. It is not that I will knock on your head 10 times and then you will say, yes, Prabhuji, अच्छा आप इतना बोल रहे हैं तो एक कार्टन भेज दो. किसको बेचूंगा, किससे बात करूंगा? That is not coming in the mood of parampara. So please wake up. And I received response from Pranab Prabhu also. Where is Ramya? She's with you or she's... Okay. So you have to give me the firm confirmation of the Bhagavatam you asked. So please, everyone, within next 2 days, please have your monthly planner done. And as I said, those who are initiated devotees must do minimum 500. My quota remains 10,000. If with your support, it can become 11. So that will be a cherry on the cake. Manoram Prabhu, 500 for yourself. Ravindra Prabhu, please note. Let us begin our Kartyayani Vrata. It is from today. 500 is your personal quota and 500 you will do from those who have passed out. You know that service. You have been doing that service diligently for many, many years. 500 from those who have passed out from IARA. Okay. So should I say 1,000 or should I make it 1,100? If you make it 1,100, then my 11,000 can come true. Bolo.
Yes, Prabhuji, I'll put my whole effort and
Okay.
I'll
So you
try
write
to.
1100 for our Manoram Jagannath Prabhu. Okay. Start from today itself. Don't wait for the end of the month. Let us begin from today itself. Thank you. Dayashil Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. You are in IARI. He has only few students who have passed out from IARI and who have been within our devotee network. So he has very handful of devotees. But you have the full force. And this year you have the UG students also, which was never there in IARI. So 500 is your personal quota. And along with you, you have your good wife, Ramya Madhuri Mataji. So your strength is 1 and 1, 11, not 2.
Okay.
How much you will do? 500 is your personal quota. And in IARI, how much would you like to do? At least make an attempt, a sincere attempt.
500 more, Prabhuji. We can have 500 more.
You should have more. You should have more.
I will try for.
No, I will give all of you, Dinesh ji, whoever, Dinesh ji, and whoever is in IRI, all belongs to you. You have a big army. Why you are moving this small figure? It should be 750 at least.
Yes, Prabhuji.
500 yours and 750 for others.
Okay.
Okay.
1250.
1250. Okay.
Okay.
Ravindra Prabhu, you are writing? You can put your numbers also, yours and Anuradha Priyanka Mataji's, both of you. Please declare for inspiration of all of us. Unmute and speak. Both of you combined, how much you would like to do? Make an attempt. Think big. Don't think small.
Yes, Prabhuji. We will do 600 this time.
Okay. You will do 600. You don't have neither inside IRI nor outside. Okay. So I'll accept that figure. Good. Pranab bro, you can include everything. You can include Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam said, Chetan Charitamrita said, Prabhupada, Leelamrit, Krishna book, all of it is included. Whatever books you want. Yes, Pranab bro.
I have to think, Prabhuji. I'll let you know. And Gita,
Now you give a
Prabhuji,
commitment.
500.
You give commitment now. And then you have to think how to distribute. That you can do later.
500 Bhagavad Gita, Prabhuji.
Okay, total 500. Very good. Very inspirational. Make a try. Make a try, sincere try. If it can come to the extent of 500, it will be very, very, very inspirational for all of us. Good. Excellent. Pradeep Prabhu, you are in JNU. Last year, I think you could not participate.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Last year and even last to last year you did.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. How many? Try to do 250.
Yes, Prabhuji. I will do 250.
You have to include people. Try and understand. If you pick up 1 or 2 people every day, try to give him 5 copies, 11 copies, like that. Every day, try at least 1 person.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Don't think that 1 person will do it. Try to include as many as possible. My list goes beyond 100. Then only I am able to do. Okay, so we are keeping 250 for Pradeep Prabhu. Then who's next? Sonika. Sonika ji. Hare Krishna. Unmute and speak.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, day before yesterday, you gave me target of 250.
Okay, very good. So make it 251. Okay. So Sonika will do 251. Very good. Excellent. Ganesh Ru, how much you like to do?
I will try 150, Prabhuji.
Very good. 151 from our Ganesh Ru. मानिनी माता जी अनम्यूट करिए. आप तो अपना वीडियो ही ऑफ कर रखे हैं.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी.
आप तो टीचर हैं, स्कूल में पढ़ा रही हैं.
हाँ प्रभु जी, लेकिन वो बहुत पुअर लड़के हैं प्रभु जी.
अच्छा.
आईटी में बहुत मतलब वो लोग बहुत पैसा अफोर्ड नहीं कर पाते.
किसी से स्पॉन्सर करा के दे दीजिए. किसी को पकड़िए, अपने रिश्तेदारों को पकड़िए, बोलिए कि 11-11 गीता स्पॉन्सर कर देंगे बच्चों के लिए. उसमें क्या दिक्कत है? भगवान खूब इंटेलिजेंस देंगे, चिंता मत करो. आप पहले उस मोल्ड में आओ, उस कॉन्शियसनेस में आओ, उस सर्विस के मूड में आएंगे, सब कुछ हो जाएगा संभव. कम से कम 100 गीता करिए.
जी प्रभु जी. जी.
ओके, थैंक यू.
कृष्ण.
और कौन करना चाहता है? देवाशीष, आप भी ट्राई करो.
यस प्रभु जी.
बोलो कितनी करेंगे?
51 कर लेंगे.
वेरी गुड. 51 देवाशीष प्रभु. हमारे स्क्रीन में 2 और नाम आ रहे हैं. प्रहलाद प्रभु, आप कहाँ से हैं? आपने तिलक लगाया हुआ है. अनम्यूट करिए, बोलिए.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी.
हरे कृष्णा. हो अच्छा, यू आर आवर ओल्ड प्रहलाद. Now I can see. Hare Krishna. So you also please contribute. Please support us.
Okay, Prabhu. Then at least 50.
Okay, very good. 50. 51. Very good. And we have Prabhu Prasad. We have the Prasad of Prabhu. Please unmute and speak. प्रभु प्रसाद जी।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। हाँ प्रभु सर कौन तू सर?
प्रभु जी मैं 51 कंट्रीब्यूट करूंगा।
बहुत अच्छा। अच्छा, माननीय माता जी के साथ वहीं बरगढ़ से हैं क्या?
जी नहीं प्रभु जी, भुवनेश्वर से है प्रभु जी, मेरे कॉलीग है, तो बहुत
अच्छा
दिन से
अच्छा
मतलब आपका लिंक देती हूँ तो क्लास करते हैं प्रभु जी।
अच्छा, कैसा लग रहा है आपको प्रभु प्रसाद जी?
अच्छा लग रहा है प्रभु जी।
धन्यवाद धन्यवाद। ठीक है, तो आप भी हमारा सहयोग करिए, और ये जो रियल एक यज्ञ है, गीता ज्ञान यज्ञ, इसमें आप भी सहयोग करिए। तो माननीय माता जी आपके साथ ही रखेंगे इनको, हाँ?
जी प्रभु जी,
तो
उनको
आपका
थोड़ा ग्रुप में ऐड कर दीजिएगा प्रभु जी।
ग्रुप में तो ये ऐड हो, अच्छा ग्रुप में ऐड नहीं है?
नहीं प्रभु जी, मैं लिंक देती हूँ डेली।
अच्छा कोई बात, जो करिए ना, अच्छा इससे कनेक्शन बना हुआ
हाँ
है। अभी भी आप देखो ना, हाँ, पूर्णमासी ने ये नहीं कहा कि मैं तुम्हें कृष्ण दे दूंगी, वो बोलेगी जाओ कात्यायनी के पास जाओ।
हाँ
एक
प्रभु जी, वो बहुत इंटरेस्टेड हो, जगन्नाथ जी को बहुत मानते थे, तो बातचीत में पता चला तो जोड़ दी प्रभु जी। और वो बोलते हैं कि नेक्स्ट
अरे बहुत
जब प्रोग्राम होगा मैं भी जाऊंगा आपके साथ धाम में यात्रा के लिए।
जरूर आइए, मोस्ट वेलकम मोस्ट वेलकम। थैंक यू वेरी मच। ठीक है रविंद्र प्रभु, आप हमारे ट्रेजरर तो वही हैं, हाँ? तो ये ट्रेजर आपके पास है ओवरऑल, ये सेवा ओवरऑल आपको दे रहा हूँ। विद इन IARI दयाशील प्रभु, आप अपने साथ अंकित को इंक्लूड कर लीजिए और संग्राम को इंक्लूड कर लीजिए। टीम बड़ी रखिए, कम से कम 8-10 लोगों को रखिए। आपके UG स्टूडेंट्स हैं उनको भी रखिए, उनको कुछ कुछ रोल दीजिए, और मुझे कल बताइए आपको कितनी गीता भेजनी है। ठीक है, कौन कौन सी लैंग्वेज की, कौन कौन सी कितनी गीता भेजनी है। मनोराम प्रभु, क्योंकि भेजने में 10-15 दिन लग जाएंगे, 10 दिन लग जाएगा, तो आप सब मुझे भेज दीजिए जैसा रविंद्र प्रभु ने भेजा। तो मैं कल से स्टार्ट करता हूँ यहाँ से, हाँ, भेजना, ताकि हम भी भगवत गीता मैराथन में, इस कात्यायनी व्रत में हम भी कुछ आहुति दे सकें। वेरी वेरी डीप मेडिटेटिव व्रत इज दिस कात्यायनी। श्री कात्यायनी व्रत महोत्सव की जय, श्रीमद्-भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, उपस्थित सभी भक्तवृंद की जय। निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल, हरे कृष्ण।